Today I am alone at a new cabin. Not our off-grid cabin we have been building, but at a different cabin. It is a beautiful, sunny weekend, one where the snow seems to have a layer of glitter sparkling beautifully as you walk around in it. If you live in a place with snow, you're familiar with this phenomenon. This winter has brought lots of snow, and for that I am thankful. This small rustic cabin is not ours. I am staying for a night away alone. Solo trips allow me time to think, be creative, and relax. Being alone feels good for me sometimes, and it also reminds me how much I love the people in my life when I miss them. Especially when I'm here in the woods, solo trips feel like reconnecting. I'm more likely to rise and rest with the sun and to notice the other living beings around me. It can be nerve-wracking to be alone in the woods, but it builds a sense of confidence and it grounds me. Shoveling snow can be a chore, but it can also be an art. When I know I have to go shovel a bunch of snow, usually much more than what is on this deck, it seems overwhelming and I don't really want to do it, but as soon as I'm out there and I start shoveling, I feel this need to perfect it and to get every last corner, and it actually can be kind of fun and therapeutic. It's a lot easier to make it therapeutic and fun at a cabin, though, than at home, to be honest. These booties are actually microwavable. They have like rice inside them. I don't know if it's actually rice, but some kind of alternative otherwise. I brought these along because I knew there was a microwave here. I'm not sure if it's hooked up. So I'm actually bummed that I forgot my heated gloves that I've been using pretty much every day, but I did remember my booties that you can microwave to warm up, and once I have those on, I just feel so cozy. Oh yeah. I guess I realized I didn't explain why I'm at this cabin, what I'm doing here, and why I'm not at the cabin that we've been building. So I guess I'll explain. If you've been following my channel, you know that Cory, my partner, and I have been building an off-grid cabin in the woods for about a year now, not quite a year. And I'm not there. I'm actually at this cabin, which is a family member's cabin, for the weekend because I'm by myself. Cory couldn't come this weekend and I really wanted to come, be outside, be at the cabin, and kind of escape for a couple days before my classes start back up, because I am a full-time student and it's gonna get really busy. And I just wanted this time, and I kind of did want to do it alone, but I was nervous about going to our cabin alone because it's so far out in the woods and there's no cell phone service and it's not really insulated yet, so it's hard to keep warm, and I don't want to stay up all night and not enjoy my time at the cabin. So I asked if I could stay at this family member's cabin for the weekend. This is on grid. They have a bathroom with running water and heat, electric heat, microwave, electric stove. and it's actually really nice to have that when I'm by myself and our cabin isn't finished yet. So I'm extremely thankful to be able to be here. The water's not hooked up because it's winter and the water's turned off. They don't usually come here in the winter, so I don't want to unwinterize it for just a night or two. I will be here just for a night, so I brought this water that we usually reuse these jugs and bring it to the cabin that we are building. I brought a jug here so I don't have to turn on the water. But I tried to bring all of my own things to this cabin because it is a family member's cabin, and I really didn't ask a lot of questions like what I should bring or what they want me to use or not use, so I'm erring on the side of caution. I brought my own sheets, my own bedding, my own pillow, my own toilet paper, my own everything. I even brought my own dishes. I brought my own bowl. I actually forgot to bring a bowl, and I realized that on the way here, so I stopped and bought this bowl from an antique store, and it is pretty as heck. It's earthenware with a beautiful glaze. I brought my yoga mat. Cory and I have been working on yoga, and honestly, like, we're not good at it. So this isn't going to be a yoga tutorial video, but I might do some yoga. I want to become more strong and flexible, and I think yoga is just a calm and peaceful way to do that. I wanted to show you how I make my favorite kind of tea. I actually make this tea quite often, and pretty much everybody who tries it really likes it. I just realized that I can't make the tea and show you how I make my favorite tea because I forgot the tea strainer, so it wouldn't work. But what I do is I boil a pot of water and then I add a bunch of spices first. The spices that I have mixed together in here that I use to make my tea are cardamom, cinnamon, a tiny bit of nutmeg, some ginger, a little bit of saffron, and then I add the tea once that has been in there for a while. It'll be aromatic and it's lovely. This tea is a luxurious tea from Madagascar that I really like, but most black tea will work. I use more than you'd think. Finally, once that is boiled together for a while, I add a bunch of sugar, probably too much sugar. I don't have exact measurements, but kind of a lot of sugar. And then I mix that together for a while, and the final thing I do is I add milk. That's actually why I brought the milk that I have sitting outside. And I add maybe a cup of milk to maybe 6 cups of tea. So it's a lot of milk and a lot of sugar. It's very lovely. If you like sweet tea, you'll love it. I actually don't usually like sweet tea, but I really like making that tea. I think it's super yummy, it smells good, it tastes good, and I just have a small serving of it because it's very rich. So now that I'm not using this water for tea, I figure I might as well use it for something. I have this singles soup that I am going to use with this water. For those of you who want an update on the cabin build, we did finally get a hold of the pieces that we need to make the tongue and groove. Cory's brother had ordered it, and Cory also ordered it, and Cory didn't get his yet, but his brother did get the tools we need for the machine that we have to make the tongue and groove, and also to make the floorboards. So we will likely be starting working on that. I think Cory's brother has actually already made some of the tongue and groove pieces for our walls. We're doing like thick pieces instead of like little ones. I really like the look of wide tongue and groove boards on the walls, and I really like light colored wood. So our walls are going to be really light colored wood, and the floor is going to be a mix of different hardwoods, and we think that will look really nice. Cory actually might start staining some of our tongue and groove boards tonight or tomorrow. I will be home tomorrow night, so maybe we'll be staining tomorrow night, and I will be sharing that with you. I am so excited to finally be able to work on our walls and our floor for the cabin. That has been holding us up for a while now, which kind of worked out because we were able to slow down and spend more time with our families around the holidays rather than just being at the cabin and trying to work on that the whole time we had extra time over the holidays. So it may be a blessing in disguise, but we're ready to work on it. The trick is going to be getting the wood to the cabin. With how the trails are right now, it's really tough to get back there. All of the trees and branches are like right in the middle of the path. The reality is maybe we'll have to wait until spring and some of the snow to melt. Our four-wheeler can't make it to the cabin right now with all of the snow we have. We could use a snowmobile, but even that, with the trees that came down, it wouldn't be very time sensitive. When we come up here, we usually have a day or two, and bringing the snowmobile up here would mean we spent the whole day or two just making a path for the snowmobile to get there through all the downed trees and branches and things. Ooh, that's hot. To be honest, I was going to go snowshoeing tonight. I brought my snowshoes, but tromping around through the snow that was up to my knees without wearing my snow pants meant that a lot of snow got in my boots. They're soaked and my feet get cold super easily, hence the booties, and I guess I could use some hand warmers, but honestly I want to hang out in the cabin, and I do feel like it would be good to move my body a little bit. I haven't moved my body a whole lot today, but I just don't want to have cold feet. I just feel so lucky to be able to eat warm soup, although I only have a fork, and relax and read in this beautiful cabin. I've decided that even though my boots are soaked and I kind of just want to stay cozy, I'm gonna go outside for a short walk before it gets completely dark outside. I just really want to spend some time outside. There's just something about winter, crisp, fresh air that makes me feel like a brand new person. If you watched our last winter video, you saw that in our area, the trees just bent over on olive trails due to just the extreme amount of weight that the snow had. Sometimes it's hard for me to accept that Plants and animals in nature, they do die, they do suffer. The trees are falling over from the snow, and some of these things just happen. It's something that when I surround myself with it, it doesn't make me more anxious, it makes me less anxious. So seeing the trees that are suffering or falling over, it makes me feel kind of like part of the earth and part of things that live and part of things that suffer, and it makes it seem like my suffering or things that I go through that are kind of hard aren't isolating. Not only are other humans going through different things that are challenging, but even the plants and the structures, old buildings and things like that, they all have stress. Boy, is it warm in here. I can't believe how cozy it is right now. You know how when you're alone, and especially in a remote area, you feel like paranoid and everything you hear seems a little bit scarier, and you see things out of the corner of your eye and it feels like it's a scary animal or monster? That white on the window, I keep seeing that, like walking this direction and then see it out of the corner of my eye, and I keep thinking that it's a face like pushed up against the window, and it freaks me out. And the number of times I've been like because I saw that is probably close to 10. Last night I slept okay. I woke up every couple hours and I don't know why. I was comfortable, I was warm. Maybe it's just being in a new place, but usually I sleep very well, so I don't know exactly what it was. I don't think that getting away always means going far or doing something crazy. Sometimes getting away and resetting just involves a new place for a night or two, just a change of pace to mix things up and mix up the day-to-day. I'm thankful for my time being here and doing the things that I did. Mostly I just relaxed, honestly. I read, I meditated, I did yoga. When I imagined myself coming here, I thought I would have a campfire outside and do a bunch of snowshoeing, but my boots were wet, so I just kind of stayed inside, and it's my own fault my boots got wet. I didn't wear snow pants, so snow got up over the ridge of my boot and inside, and then they got wet. I hope whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening that you're having a good one, and if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel and you appreciate the videos, I would really also appreciate if you just hit the subscribe button. It does mean a lot to me.